Hi there! Welcome to episode 5 of our mind-blowing series, where we uncover the craziest, most jaw-dropping facts you've heard. Let's jump right in. Did you know that according to the Asia Book of Records, the longest handshake lasted a staggering 72 hours? That's longer than an entire weekend. My hands are getting sweaty just by thinking about it. The longest wedding veil ever made was over 22,000 feet in length. That's more than 4 miles long, surpassing even the height of Mount Everest. Talk about love reaching new heights. Literally. Ever wonder where the tradition of putting birthday candles on cake came from? In ancient Greece, birthday candles were more than just decoration. They honored Artemis, the moon goddess. Placed on cakes, these flickering flames symbolized beacons, lighting up the darkness like the moon itself, adding a touch of ancient magic to celebrations. Are white tigers albinos? Actually, white tigers are a captivating sight, but they're not albinos. They're actually a unique subspecies of Bengal tigers, adding a striking contrast to the typical orange coats. In 1964, Randy Gardner pushed the limits of human endurance by staying awake for an astonishing 264.4 hours, which is more than 11 days. What about you? What's the longest you have stayed up? In Japan, farmers grow square watermelons in molds to make them easier to stack and store. They're also a hit as decorative items. Talk about thinking outside the box. Where do you think most of our oxygen is produced from? Think forests are our oxygen factories? Think again. While many of us think that trees are our main source of oxygen, it might surprise you to learn that around 85% of the Earth's breathable oxygen actually comes from the oceans, courtesy of phytoplankton. These minuscule organisms, ranging from single-celled algae to larger colonial forms, reside near the water's surface, where they silently perform the miraculous feat of oxygen production through photosynthesis. The most deadly animal in the world is not a large predator, but rather a tiny insect. The mosquito, specifically the female Anopheles mosquito, is responsible for more human deaths than any other animal on the planet. Imagine a library with no books. Bibliotech in San Antonio, Texas, is world's first bookless library. Here, the wealth of knowledge is entirely digital and accessible at your fingertips. In 2016, over 8,200 people in Saskatoon, Canada, participated in the world's largest snowball fight. Now that's what I call a frosty battle. The Basenji dog is known as the barkless dog because it doesn't bark like other dogs. Instead, it makes a unique yodel-like sound. The town of Churchill in Canada has a polar bear jail where bears are held until they can be safely released back into the wild. It's a cool way to keep both bears and humans safe. In 2017, a woman in Australia set a Guinness World Record for the longest time spinning a basketball on a toothbrush. She spun it for over 26 seconds. The town of Coober Pedy in Australia is famous for its underground houses, built to escape the extreme desert heat. It's a cool way to beat the heat and live like a modern-day troglodyte. In 2024, Sam Thompson in UK set a record for the most hugs given in 1 hour. He hugged 88 people in just 60 minutes. Now let's swing over to baseball's birthplace, Cooperstown, New York, 1839. Abner Doubleday, inventor of baseball, later became a Civil War hero, while baseball stole America's heart, becoming the ultimate sport. Get this! The world's largest swimming pool is located in Algarrobo, Chile. It is over 1,000 yards long, covers 20 acres, and holds 66 million gallons of water. Ever wondered why we rub chopsticks together? It's not just to avoid splinters, it's a secret code. Just kidding. People often rub chopsticks together to remove any loose splinters or rough edges that may be present. This practice is more common with disposable or lower quality chopsticks, where the wood might not be as smooth. Running around the world sounds like an adventure, right? Well, Earth's circumference is about 40,030 kilometers. So if you ran a marathon a day, you'd finish in roughly 2.5 years. That's one epic journey. Volcanic eruptions are a force of nature, with about 1,500 potentially active volcanoes worldwide. These fiery wonders are scattered along the infamous Ring of Fire, making it a hot zone for living on the edge. The hottest temperature ever recorded on Earth was 134 degrees Fahrenheit, measured on July 10, 1913, in Furnace Creek Ranch, Death Valley, California, USA. And the coldest temperature ever recorded on Earth was minus 128.6 degrees Fahrenheit, or minus 89.2 degrees Celsius, measured on July 21, 1983, at the Soviet Union's Vostok station in Antarctica. Speaking of cold, Lukasz Spunar set the record for the longest time spent in a direct full-body contact ice bath, 4 hours and 2 minutes. Kopi Luwak is one of the world's most expensive brews. This unique coffee is made from beans that have undergone a wild journey through the digestive systems of civets, resulting in a flavor profile that's truly elevated. 11-year-old Finn Kelleher from Utah attempted to break world record by placing 43 snails on his face. And guess what else I found out? Snails are also used in skincare treatments for their remarkable anti-aging and healing benefits. Let me know in the comments if you would ever try it. Despite its name, Black Box is actually bright orange, which helps search teams locate it after a plane crash, ensuring vital flight data is retrieved. Why do hippos boast a rosy glow? It's all thanks to their unique sweat, which serves as a natural sunscreen, protecting their skin from the sun's harsh rays and adding a splash of color to their hippo-happening lives. And speaking of hippos, despite their hefty size, they actually can't swim. Instead, they move through the water by pushing off the bottom with their feet, almost like underwater tiptoeing. Do you think rock can float? The only rock that floats is pumice. Pumice is formed when volcanic lava rapidly cools and traps gas bubbles inside, creating a porous and lightweight rock that can float on water. Maria Brañas Morera, an American native currently residing in Spain, holds the title of the oldest documented living person in the world. As of February 28th, she is 116 years and 361 days old, having claimed the title in January 2023. Jean Calment of France holds the record for the oldest person ever lived, reaching an astonishing 122 years and 164 days. Did you know that bamboo isn't classified as a tree but rather as a type of grass? It's true. Stretching up to an astonishing height of 131 feet, it reigns as the tallest grass species ever discovered. It's also the fastest growing plant on land. Here's a quirky fact for you. Wearing a tie can actually reduce blood flow to the brain by about 7.5%. So the next time you're feeling a bit fuzzy headed in a meeting, blame it on the tie. In 1947, fruit flies were sent into space on a V-2 rocket. This early experiment played a crucial role in advancing our understanding of how living organisms respond to the challenges of space travel. On Venus, what we call a rainbow is actually known as a glory. Unlike Earth's rainbows, which form when sunlight interacts with raindrops, a glory on Venus is created by sunlight reflecting off sulfuric acid droplets in the planet's dense atmosphere. Here's a fun fact. The largest island in the world is not what you might expect. It's actually Greenland, which is an autonomous territory within the Kingdom of Denmark. Thanks for joining us on this wild ride of mind-bending facts. Be sure to check out our entire mind-blowing facts series here if you haven't already. Share the fact that left you most astonished in the comments below, and subscribe to stay tuned for more crazier revelations. See you next time.